Okay, let's see if that's better now. Oh, it seems to be better. Oh. Hello, hello. Oh. Well, that was easy. Okay, let me just open up Blender. There you go. There you go. Should be back up on both. So yeah, seems like a restart fixed it. Perfect. Now we're back to 10%, even less, 8%, going down even more. Nice. Okay, so now we know the solution. Just restart the PC. Hopefully that is replicable. I think that's called, like if you kind of do it after over and over and over again, or like if you can replicate it. Yeah. So yeah, perfect. Okay. Okay, hopefully the experience is smooth again. You can see my hand moving in 30 frames per second, not like 25 or so. Perfect. 6%, 5%, even less. Perfect. Okay, so I don't want to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and start. So yesterday I think I focused a little bit more on like continuing. Wait, is that the last version? Continuing the model. So yeah, we've finished the fingers. So what's left now is the thumb, this socket part, and then we can go into the depth. We can go inside and see how we can connect all these pieces. Yeah, I turn it off when I go to sleep. So right after the stream ends, basically. I'm not someone that leaves my PC on for like all the time. Maybe it was just on for too long. Maybe it's a good idea to, before I start, just restart my PC. Maybe that helps in general. Maybe there was some sort of program that was just running all the time and then like hung up on itself and was like eating all the resources. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe make it a habit of restarting my PC before I start streaming. Might be a good idea. Now we're back to 3%. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I heard of some people don't shut down their computer at all, which is kind of weird to me, because isn't that like kind of maybe obvious that like stuff might happen? Like leaving on the PC all the time leads to some problems. Yeah, I mean, now it's fixed, so it's all good now. We just have to finish these few pieces, so the thumb, and then we can go... Oh, no, hold on, yeah. We can go into the depth. So let's do that real quick. And as I said before, yesterday I just finished this one, which I've already sculpted, and then I'm just duplicated it to all the others. It might be a little bit rough how they're positioned now, but I think that is acceptable. Maybe we'll change the geometry a little bit. The problem is I had to apply the modifiers in these pieces, which means now they're like super dense, so changing the geometry is a little bit harder. But yeah, we'll keep it like that for now. Maybe we don't even have to change it. The only problem I see right now is this one. Let me just quickly hide the hand. We can see some intersection right there. You could also say that's just part of the sculpt, but I don't like that excuse. Hold on, maybe we can just move it over here. That's probably better. It's still not like the same shape, so maybe I'll change it, maybe not. Yeah, we can decide that later. Also, we can push it further back. Yeah, that may be better. Okay, So let's go to the thumb. I want to finish the first layer and then we can go to the second one. So, of course, as always, we're going to use a plane. Who would have thought? There you go. I'm very excited to start standing and working. I like when I feel as if like I always try to stand or like to have a straight back. I have like this small pillow behind my back to keep this arch, this natural arch. But I feel like because I have to engage my back muscles the whole time, that they tire out at some point. So I either like slouch forward or I'll try to keep it up, and then like it feels like they're getting sore, like sort of. So I think a better alternative is just to stand. Of course, standing all the time, I think could be pretty annoying, or like it's probably not possible like standing all the way through the day, because yeah, I don't even know, like you're supposed to do, or you're supposed to basically keep natural, I guess, posture. But I wonder if it's natural for a human to stand all the time, or if it's like natural to at some point like just sit down. I wonder, I mean, probably back in the day, Neanderthal probably usually always ran around, but of course the more you sit, the less, I guess, you're capable of doing that. Like you kind of get used to just sitting, so it gets harder and harder just to stand for a long time. So maybe if I just try like set a record, I just try to increase my standing time, or the time I can stand. If I increase that gradually, maybe at some point I can just stand for 8 hours, which will probably lead to like, I guess, to make sure you always have the right posture. Standing is probably the best way, because then you have no way of slouching without like realizing it, or like if you're slouching while you're sitting, I think that's a little bit easier because you kind of oversee it, or like don't really realize it. But if you're standing and you're slouching, like you have to kind of balance yourself, which includes if you're slouching, of course you have to either rest your hands on the desk, or you would have to, I don't know, move your feet. So I think while standing, slouching I think is a little bit harder. So I also read somewhere, or I think I read it, I don't know if I read it or I heard, like I watched a video about it, but somebody like said that sleeping on the ground is actually pretty natural, or pretty healthy. I don't know how much I believe that, because it seems pretty weird to sleep on the hard ground. I feel like there's some sort of deficit for you getting from that. Like, I don't know if they really mean sleeping. I think they meant grabbing some sort of yoga mat and then sleeping on that, like just a, or like a what is it, the a rag, what is it, a rag, a carpet, sleeping on a carpet, just to have something smooth underneath you, not just like the hard, like rock hard ground. Having something underneath your body, just to like don't bruise yourself or whatever. And then sleeping on the ground is supposed to be healthy. I kind of thought about trying that at some point. Maybe I'll try it today. Because I think one of my colleagues, he went to a chiropractor and he complained about like like crazy back issues because his mattress wasn't, or his bed wasn't set up properly, so he was always like in a weird pose when he was sleeping. And of course, if you're sleeping in a weird pose, you would basically slouch 8 hours straight basically, which is, as you can imagine, like not really that good. So he at some point had super strong back pain, so he had to go to the chiropractor. And my bed has this, maybe it was too soft, yeah, maybe, I don't know what was wrong with his, but mine is first of all very soft, and also first of all, I don't mind whether or not my bed is soft or not. If I'm like at a hotel, usually they're pretty hard, and I don't mind that. My parents are a little bit different. They like it when, like, they like a certain degree of softness, I guess. But I don't really care about it that much. And the problem, I think, with my bed right now is that it has this, of course, it has the grid underneath where the mattress is lying on. You have the grid underneath. And then, of course, you have like this T shape or this plus shape in the middle. Like when your bed is like this, you have this T or plus shape in the center. And then in the middle, to support some more weight, to like alleviate some, or to support the grid or whatever you want to call it, you have another like small foot or like stand where it's standing on a pillar or like support structure. But this thing, I don't know how it is, you're supposed to screw it on, but it always falls off. I don't know how, because if I lie on it, how can it screw itself off and then fall off? So I don't know how how it's always like just somewhere else rather than supporting my weight, but it is never doing that. Yeah, I thought about maybe I'm doing it in my dreams, like sleepwalking, but it's definitely weird. And I don't think sleeping without this support, which I've done for a long time now, kind of is good for my back. I haven't really had any problems so far. Maybe they're just creeping in, I don't know. But so far there weren't like that many problems, or I haven't had any problems. So I want to kind of avoid, well, I want to make sure that there's nothing creeping in at some point. Like I have like these huge back issues at some point. So I kind of want to maybe, yeah, I don't know, maybe I have to screw or like glue it on, like this support, glue that on. So I don't have to worry about unscrewing it while I'm sleeping. I don't know. Or I just need to get, I don't know, a different, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just try sleeping on the ground today. I have this carpet behind me where I can just lie down. Maybe I'll have to do some more research to see if that is actually like beneficial or whatever. Oh, I also just recently I thought about whether or not sleeping with a closed mouth is beneficial or like recommended. I am usually someone that sleeps with the mouth open. That's just, I guess, how I always did it. I think my parents do it as well. And then I looked at a few of these these snoring, I guess, fixes, these weird constructions that you can put on your head so you're not snoring while sleeping, and all of them kind of closed your mouth. I never really thought about closing or like sleeping with my nose, or like just through my nose, breathing through my nose while sleeping. But this kind of sparked the idea. So now the last 2 days I tried that, and of course there wasn't really like a huge difference. Didn't expect to be very different, because what's really the difference between sleeping with your mouth open, or like breathing through your mouth, or breathing through your nose while sleeping? So I did that the last 2 days. Maybe I'll try sleeping on the ground today. We have 1, 2, 3. I think I'm someone that can fall asleep very easily and then have a very solid sleep. Like I think fall asleep very quickly or very easily. Not like in sometimes when I'm like thinking a lot, or like my mind is occupied by something, it takes a little bit longer. But usually I can like fall asleep in like minutes. One of my older friends told me that he sometimes takes like half an hour or so to fall asleep, which is crazy to me. But I never really had a problem with falling asleep itself. I've never tried. Oh no, I've actually tried sleeping without a pillow. I think the only one that is that I kind of need is I guess a blanket, just so I'm not freezing. But I don't think I need a pillow. Sometimes when I'm, I guess, tired of using a pillow, I just sleep without it, like push it aside and then just lay without it. But usually what I do is I'm lying in this like fetus pose, like legs basically pulled to my okay, hold on, let me just, I think I can show it better by drawing it. Explaining it will be pretty weird. Okay, hold on, Photoshop is still starting. Okay, let me just quickly make a new canvas. This might take a while. I don't know why it always takes so long, but let me switch. There you go. Okay, so you have oh, hold on. There you go. Okay, so you have my head, that's right there. And then you have my body, of course. Oh, like roughly like this. And then of course you have the legs roughly like that. And then what I do is I have my pillow right there. Hold on. Oh my god. Yeah, well, never mind. I'll have my hands like this underneath my pillow. So I have like a pillow right there. And then I have a pillow between my legs, usually. And then like a blanket, like that. Or if I'm, I don't want to do that. And also, no, the blanket would roughly be like over here. Covering my whole body, basically. If I want to do like something else, what I would do is I would have the pillow right there. I would still lie with my head, of course, on the pillow. And then I would lie maybe like that. Like that, I think. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So if you're looking at the direction I'm looking at, if you go with this one, I would look in this direction. And with this one, I also like my pelvis basically looks down, like it's just lying down with the stomach down. But then I twist my body, so I look to the side with this one as well. So it's like a weird position, but it still like that roughly, I think. Yeah, when I want to do something else, when I'm getting tired of this, I go to this. I've never tried like, I think if somebody like asks like, oh, do you sleep on your stomach or like face down? I think what usually people think about is like if there's the mattress, somebody just like this, with the pillow right there, and then them like sitting there, or like lying there, of course, and them sort of suffocating themselves by looking down, which that's never gonna work. I tried it, doesn't work. But I also tried the reverse, basically facing the other direction. Doesn't also work for me, at least. Doesn't work. I have to lie sideways. Or like, yeah, at least I have to look to left or right. I can't look up, I can't look down. I have to look to the side. Everything else is kind of like, I don't know. Can be variable. Yeah. You know, so okay, so if you look at, like, hold on, I have to extend the canvas. There you go. So if you look at my bed, this is basically the bed, you have a problem. That's why I kind of considered getting earplugs and also this what is it, like eye cover to sleep, just because it's like completely quiet then. And also in like I have a phone charger, like I charge my phone right there. I don't have like just like there's the plug for the energy, whatever, and then I have my phone right there. I have the stand for inductive charging, so I put my phone on there and it just sits there, and it doesn't have to be plugged in. It just sits on this sort of like panel which charges it through induction, whatever, and the process of charging it has this weird like noise sound, which you can of course hear if nothing else is like running, and like it's completely quiet except for this device. So what I usually do is I would just like lay facing this side, so I would first of all hear it less, and then I would cover my ears with a pillow or like a blanket, so I would hear it basically not at all. And also there's this small little lamp right there which would shine in my face if I would face in this direction. So I considered getting the like an eye cover and also earplugs, just to like maybe even face in the other direction as well, and just have a more like an easier, like being able to sleep easier because you can't hear anything and you can't see anything, so it's just overall easier. Yeah, I considered. I haven't bought anything yet. I don't think I could use stuff like headphones, of course, like in-ear headphone or like earplugs. I think those are just too uncomfortable to wear. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe. I think the weird thing is, I think when you have earplugs in it and it's very, very quiet, you can hear all this rumbling when you're moving. Maybe that's even worse than just listening or hearing the like this thingy charging. So maybe I'll consider just plugging it in. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Just so convenient, like just putting the phone on there and then just not having to fiddle it into the socket. But I mean, yeah, maybe I'll do a few. I'll switch up my sleeping habits a little bit, using a charging cable and also sleeping on the ground. I think in China some people sleep on the ground with this like very, very thin mattress, or like a rug, carpet, whatever. Or like in Asia, I don't want to say China. I think that's where the idea comes from. Okay. Let's see. Let's connect this one. There you go. Okay. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, we have more. I mean, we could just probably put in one more cut right there, space it out some more, so we have some more space. Would have guessed. There you go. Okay, there you go. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. That should work. Perfect. Let's see what the internet says. 7%. Perfect. Everything's stable now. Easy peasy. Oh. You know, I just recently remembered an incident. An almost fatal incident. Maybe not fatal, but very, very bad incident. I think I talked before about the camping trip that we would do every year. I think in May, somewhere in May, where we would like meet with friends from my dad, and we would like just do a weekend of camping, like a vacation basically, camping for like 3 or 4 days, and then one time, I think the first time that we really joined the whole thing, like it's more just yeah, exactly, like all the others were like drinking, or like are always like drinking super, like a lot of beer and all that, alcohol, and one time, I think the first time we really went, or like we really joined, they did it for a long time, but we at some point like joined them. Hold on, I have to count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, let's remove one of them. We joined at one point, so yeah, we joined. Cool. And we set up, we always have like this big tent in the center, or like one of us, or like one of them always brings like this big tent where everybody can sit in. When it's darker and colder, nobody has to sit outside, or we all don't have to sit outside. We have some cover if it's like raining. And one time we had this plastic, or like hard plastic bench, which is of course not like that. It's like just a bench made out of hard plastic. The problem was the support, or like the everything from this, like everything that the bench was made of, like the whole bench was made out of plastic, meaning at some point like usually sometimes if you're sitting on these benches, these long benches where like a lot of people can sit on, basically these very long, and then you would like pull out these you know, hold on, these supports, how do, not the base, is it the base? The base of the bench, I guess. You would like pull it out, and then you can sit on it for camping. These benches, basically these very long benches, usually made out of wood. And what would happen is I would usually sit there with my feet basically angled, so they're like underneath the bench, and like I would like rotate between that and just like sitting straight, how you would on your desk, or how you're supposed to sit on your desk. But then at some point I just switched, and then like a few minutes later I switched to sitting with my feet in front of the bench. A few minutes later, the base just collapses with like 5 people or so on this bench, and the bench crashes down. We're sitting on the ground. And I just imagined how lucky I am that I moved my feet in front of the bench instead of keeping them underneath the bench. I imagine like this bench crashing down with like 5 people sitting on it, and my feet still being underneath the bench and crashing on my feet. I was kind of lucky that day. That could have been very, very painful. Basically breaking probably both legs, maybe even crushing my feet. Yeah. That was probably the luckiest I've ever been when it comes to almost hurting myself. Usually, wait. Oh, I needed one more cut. Oh well. Yeah, I think that was the luckiest I've ever been when it comes to accidents. Usually, I don't really get into many accidents. Who would have thought, if I'm just sitting at home doing stuff on my PC? But yeah, I think I'm someone that like tries to reflect on anything I do, especially when it comes to physical stuff. So if I go down I don't know, water slide, I would consider what could happen, what I have to watch out for, like slamming my head on one of the sides or whatever, just so I don't do that. And I think this way I can kind of avoid most of the common accidents that could happen. And this way I could always like save myself from hurting myself. And I was never really hurt before, or like badly hurt. The only really times I was in the hospital was more for like once, because my basically I ate too much candy and I got this, I guess, cyst right underneath my my teeth, and I don't even remember if I ever was in the hospital after that. I think that was the last time, which was like 10 years ago or so. So you could either say I'm pretty lucky, or yeah, I guess you could say I'm pretty lucky that never really something bad happens, because sometimes you can't even control it, like somebody crashes into your car, or oh yeah, I was lucky one time when I went back from the gym. Oh wait, I made a mistake. I went back from the gym, which is very, very close to my home, so I could use my bike. And I had no light on. It was very, very dark. I think it was like not winter, but it was one of those summer days where it already was pretty dark, but it's still warm outside. And I think I had these chargeable lights. I didn't have the ones that you could just charge by riding your bike. I had the one that you had to charge like by using like a USB connection, and they were empty and I forgot to charge them, so I didn't have any lights. So I went back in like pure darkness with like a dark shirt, no real like these shining reflectors. And of course then I kind of thought about, okay, now you have to be a little bit more careful about others not seeing you. And I remember I have to go, the way back home includes two roads. Only one road where I have to watch out, basically, because that is a road that is underneath a bridge, or underneath a highway, and after that bridge you have the street, or like the entrance to the highway, however you want to call it, like the road that leads up to the highway. So basically the road where you like speed up, so you're like on speed with all the other cars, and that was the only road which was kind of, I guess, the road I have to like watch out. So I knew that, and saw this car coming, and of course I was in the shadows with my dark clothes, so I was kind of probably thinking, okay, he didn't see me, but I still try to feel whether or not he sees me. I try to just like I made sure that I was able to do a hard brake if I need to. Basically, that's what I usually do when I drive my bike. I make sure that I still have enough room to brake if I'm not sure if somebody sees me, so that if he doesn't see me, I can still have like brake. And yeah, thank God I did that because I think he didn't see, either he didn't see me or he tried to hit me, because he accelerated while I was like approaching the road, trying to cross the road. He was speeding up, and I saw that, and then I broke, like I stopped right before entering the street, I guess, or like getting on the street, and he grazed my front wheel, I think, by like a half meter or so. I think that was the most recent thing that could have been very, very painful or dangerous if I didn't pay attention. I never had a bike accident. I think I've been riding my bike now for, I don't even know. I've started, I think, in 6th grade or 7th grade. I think 7th grade. So, which would mean 6, 7 to 12. Hold on. 3, 5, 9 years or 10 years, and I never had a bike accident except for when I like when I slip because the ground is wet, something. Never had a I guess car accident, or like I never like hit a car. I think you can avoid most accidents if you're always paying attention. It always requires 2 people to do like to like not pay attention to cause an accident. And I think if you're, or most of the time, of course, if you're the one paying attention, then you can avoid probably like 80% or 90% of all the accident that you could be having. Yeah, and I always think, usually when I think about any situation that could be risky, whether that is like I don't know, like do you yeah, what, like something where I could damage something, or what I usually think about is if I choose to do the risky thing, is it what would happen if it's, no, hold on. First of all, everything you do, you only have one shot, or you only have one decision you can do, you can make. You cannot like go back and try again. I always think about this decision has to make sure that you're not wasting your time, basically, or like, does this decision lose you time overall? For example, if you're I had this situation before, or that was kind of the spark for this thought. I was sitting with my dad on the way to work. He can take me when like his work is pretty close to mine, so he could just take me with him. And we would see there was an accident once. It was a very hard, like, tame accident, but what would happen is there was a person that was just standing there on the traffic light, everything was red, and the person behind him thought it went green, and so he started accelerating, like the person behind him, and of course crashed into the person in front of him. And of course, then I thought about, okay, what would happen now? Like, the police would come, you couldn't go to your job, you would have to stay there and state your case and talk about what would happen or what happened. And of course that all takes time. So because one person didn't pay attention for like a second, you now, or both of them of course, I don't really care about the money necessarily. I care more about the time that you have to spend there. First of all, waiting for the police to arrive, then stating your case, then having to repair your car, so you probably lose because you can't use your car for a while, then maybe even hopefully not having to go to court. I mean, this case was pretty obvious, but still, maybe having to do something with your insurance, making sure that you're covered, all that stuff, just because one person didn't pay attention for a second. And this kind of facilitated this thought in my mind. Does this decision that you're doing right now, is the risk low enough to not cost you like a lot of time? For example, okay, I could now do this thing, which could, you know, I have this thought quite frequently, but I cannot think of a single example right now. Hold on. Yeah, I don't even know what I could say. Yeah, for example, like, okay, there's the street. I'm riding my bike. Is it worth going faster? Like going very, very fast. Usually I'm driving the maximum speed that I am capable of driving. I think I said that before as well, like driving as fast as my muscles, or like as fast so that my muscles almost burn, I guess, or like get sore almost, so I can get there as fast as possible. And sometimes I kind of think like, okay, oh, there's this red light. Do you accelerate just to or not red light, like, oh, it's getting yellow light. Is it worth like accelerating just to get over it before it gets red? Or is it better just to accept that you have to wait? And then the thought that would go through my mind is like, okay, what would happen if I would make the wrong decision? And how likely is it that I make the wrong decision? And of course, what I think about first is what would physically happen if I make the wrong decision, and then what I would think about is how much time would I lose through the accident that I would cause. Usually it is not worth risking it or like 90% of the time, so I don't risk it, because I prefer to spend my time on something else than having to do all that stuff, all that annoying crap, like, yeah, I don't know, like repairing your bike and all that. I think there's better stuff you can do with your time. That's usually my thought process when it comes to risky stuff. Also, another example would probably be like of course, I think I said that before, my grandparents sold their old home and moved closer to us, so of course they can be closer to us. We usually had to maybe drive for like 45 minutes to get to them, and they wanted to live closer to us, so now they're here and we want to sell their house, or my mom is doing all that stuff. Okay. So the problem is my grandmother or grandmom started to develop dementia, meaning the longer like it takes, the less, I guess, conscious she is, the less like a coherent thought she can think. Meaning, of course, if you want to sell something, you have to sign the contract or like the agreement. But if the person that like hold on, I want to know what that's called. What? Okay, well, the notary? That sounds weird. Commissioner? I don't know. The person that arranges this contract or this agreement, if this person kind of like, if they get into the situation where they like sign this agreement that they sell their house to someone, and they don't think my grandma is capable of like making a conscious thought, they wouldn't accept the agreement. So my mom tries to get a certificate that she can take, like she has full, she basically can care and make all the decisions for my grandmom. But of course it takes a long time for it to process before she can really like start doing that, which means that the contract would also have to wait for a while until it's like finished and the buyer can like buy the house basically, or can agree to the transaction. And my mom kind of tried to gamble. She had like two decisions. Either she would wait and hope that while signing the contract nothing seems suspicious and my grandma just signs the contract and everything's fine, or she tries to play it safe and the contract, or she tries to get this care certificate or whatever first, and then she signs the contract. My grandfather is just fully conscious still. I don't think he'll get dementia. He doesn't seem like he will. But my grandmother did, or is in the process. So now she had this decision and she was kind of thinking about it for a long time, like a few days. The seller or like the buyer isn't that concerned about it. Like he says, okay, well, if it takes 3 months, then okay, well, that's just how it is. Not really much we can do. But my mother considered risking it, basically trying to see if the agreement, I guess, or the contract goes through. But I kind of thought about like how I would do it. And I kind of told her like, you have two decisions. Either you have the safe decision, where you know that you can sell it, which of course takes longer time, or you have the second decision, or like the safe decision, of course, because there's no downside. You only have like one outcome, which just takes longer. Or you have the other situation, which is more risky, meaning if it goes through, then you just sell the house faster and the buyer can like move in quicker and like work on it, like renovate it, the house faster. Or if it goes wrong, the agreement doesn't go through and you then afterwards have to get the certificate or whatever that's called, like the care certificate. So I would do the safe route just because I think the risk of this going wrong and then taking even longer, I think is worse than just it overall taking longer. And if the buyer says like, okay, well, it isn't too bad, I could just wait for like 3 months or so, then I mean, what is there to lose? But I think she chose the other decision. She's trying to gamble, I think, as far as I know. I'm not the one selling the house, so I don't really care that much, but I mean, yeah, I just thought about how I would act in that situation. I try to play it safe, because safe is usually maybe slower, but of course, if you know the story of the rabbit and the tortoise, the tortoise still arrives just a little bit slower. I don't even know how that story goes. I can't even remember. I had a game, a PC game of that, a point-and-click adventure back in the day, but I can't even remember what the story is about. I think like the tortoise even wins at the end? I don't even remember. There's also this math equation, or like this math problem that we had in school. I think it was like the tortoise in the race is always half as quick, or no, if the rabbit or the bunny, whatever, no, the hare is running 100 meters, the tortoise would run 50 meters. And who would be the first one? And the hare would be behind the tortoise. And yeah, I think it was like the tortoise always runs half the amount that the hare would run. And I think that the solution was something like they never reached the goal because... No, I don't know what it was. I just remember that there was some sort of equation. Good story, bro. No real story there. Hold on, let me see what the story was about. The hare and the hedgehog, the tortoise. What is the moral of the tortoise and the hare? The hare is very confident of winning, so it stops during the race and falls asleep. The tortoise continues to move very slowly but without stopping, and finally it wins the race. The moral lesson of the story is that you can be more successful by doing things slowly and steadily than by acting quickly and carelessly. Okay, well, yeah. Good moral. I like that philosophy. I like to do it more slowly, but more safely, I guess. I'm the tortoise. I remember at some point I did a quiz for my... What is that called? The spirit animal. My spirit animal is the deer. I think that fits quite well. You could probably also say like, maybe not... I don't know if tortoise is like my spirit animal. I don't even know which ones were like available. I think there was like wolf, bear, lion, all that stuff. And I got the deer. I also did a furry test. Basically which fursona you would be. And I think I had the goose. But the description of the goose, like characteristics, didn't really match that well. So I don't know if that's really a credible quiz. Okay. Oh. Perfect. That is smooth. There you go. Okay. So we have a few more. Oh, I want to fix this real quick. Perfect. Oh, we have some mistakes right here. Small, happy little accidents. I remember the first few streams I tried to commentate like Bob Ross. Very, very relaxed and calm. I think that it sounded more sleepy or boring, I guess. I don't think I have a Bob Ross-like voice. So at some point I just decided to be myself. I think that's a better decision. Yeah. Okay. 2 more? No, 3 more. Oh no. Yeah, 3 more? Oh, actually I need... That's a problem. Forgot to put the pad in here. Maybe I should sculpt that real quick. Let's do that real quick. So we forgot the pad underneath, like the thumb, basically the bottom part of the thumb that we have on all the other fingers as well. So I'm just gonna use the mask tool to do that. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, should I, like, do you want me to say that in the Obi-Wan Kenobi voice, or or like just like that? Okay, hold on. I have to listen to it for a second. Okay, it's over. Nope, hold on. I have the high ground. Star Wars song. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay. I'm not a good voice actor, but I'll try. Hold on, I still have to look for the the scene. Right now they're surfing through the lava. Oh, there it is. Okay, hold on. I have to listen to it again. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Okay, now that sounds horrible. I think he has like more of a raspy voice. I don't want to scream. I think it sounds better if you try to reenact the scream as well. I think it always sounds different if you try to like whisper scream. But I tried. Somebody actually in my, we did a, what is it, like job finding course, like there was like some sort of course that you could attend that was planned from like the city, I guess, the city hall or whatever, and it was a course where like people could come to and like kind of do some group activities, like some group activities basically, to first of all learn about each other, and then at the end suggest what they could think the others could like work as, I guess. And one of the answers that I had multiple times actually, was voice actor. I was kind of surprised by that. Never thought of myself as a voice actor. And I don't think I would be a good voice actor. I did acting before, just as some sort of like vacation, or like these courses that you have to do in school because you have to do one of them. And I chose acting once. And yeah, so I have some experience, but I don't really like it that much. What we also had to do in that course was we went to a restaurant at some point, and we had to play a scene. Fortunately, I wasn't the main actor, but there were two people which kind of, I think 2 or 3 people which were the main actors, and we did like a social experiment, basically seeing what would happen if we like do what we planned to do, which was basically we went to a cafe. I was like basically just a person that was sitting there drinking or whatever, and the other ones, 2 of them would play like these aggressive and like rowdy characters. And then you had this other person, which was this person basically getting bullied by these 2 guys or whatever, or people. And we would like see what would happen if or if somebody would like jump in and like help that person. Just to, I don't know, I think the teachers thought that would be a cool experiment. Fortunately, I wasn't the one that was supposed to like act as like the main person, I guess. I was just the person that was supposed to do nothing. So perfect job for me. And yeah, I think somebody actually jumped in and like tried to resolve the issue. And then I think even the person got something at the end, like money or something. I don't even know. But I also remember we did this weird, so we had this acting circle. What we did was basically we tried to continue a story as the whole group. So we would stand in a circle, and somebody would start the scene, or we would like start a situation and somebody would start the scene, and then at some point they would, I think, select someone who would have to continue the story. So what would happen is, I think our situation was like a couple arguing over something, and like the people in the center were just screaming at each other, like doing something. I didn't even know what they were talking about, and I was just standing there like in the circle, hoping nobody would choose me. because I never really screamed before. Like I don't even know what my screaming would sound like, and so I basically never did it. And I was lucky that nobody chose me, because I wasn't really friends of anybody in the group, so they basically just chose each other, so that was kind of lucky as well. But yeah, I think at that point I kind of decided that I would never do acting. These 2 instances. I'm not an actor. Wait, oh no, never mind. Oh, I think I have a new trick for hands, at least one of them. No, 2 actually. So first of all, I think if you have your hand like just resting, your thumb is roughly rotated by 90 degrees from all your other fingers. If you look at it like this. Is that from a scene as well, like a movie scene? I have never heard that before. So, oh, I think I know what you want to say. So if you look at it, like my thumb is basically rotated 90 degrees by like compared to all the other fingers. So I think that's a good way to remind, or like to sculpt the thumb, basically rotating it by 90 degrees. I think this one is more like 80 degrees or so, and it's also like distorted to the side, which I'm not gonna adjust now because I don't want to spend too much time on the sculpt anymore. Okay, hold on. Is that the German version of the song, or is that just the song actually in German? Because then I can at least pull up the song and maybe at least try to keep the cadence, or like the tone. Okay, oh wow. Okay, do you know the name of the song? I've heard of K-pop before, like a mix between English and Japanese, but never German and Japanese. That's new to me. Okay. There you go, let's finish the finger real quick. Oh, we have to do one more thing, hold on. I think we have to adjust these ones as well. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Oh, basically the main theme. Okay, hold on. Is there some sort of lyrics in here? Nope. Oh, you mean the beginning? I never heard that before. No. Hold on, let me pull up Attack on Titan intro lyrics. Romaji lyrics? What? Okay. Wait, there are two lines. There are two lines, like basically the first two lines. Where's the second line? I don't even hear it. Hold on, let me hear it again. Wait, what? Okay, well, okay. Hold on. Okay. Okay, hold on. The music is kind of offsetting, but I'll try to say it. So, hold on, let's do it again. Okay. Sie sind das Essen und wir sind die Jäger. There you go. They kind of mumble it, or it's like sort of hidden underneath the rest of the song, like the sounds. And then the second line is Feuer oder Pfeil und Bogen, but I don't even hear that. I just hear, I guess, the rest. Fumareta ano namai mi shiratsuni gishi no oit, whatever. Oh, wait, what? Okay, now I hear it, but it's not German. Okay, weird. Okay, never mind. Let's continue. Okay. I don't have time for that. I can't watch it. Just too much. I heard that like all the way through, or like at least most of it is very, very good. But yeah, like, you know, it's all about time, how I spend my time. Oh, hold on. I think I know your secret now. There you go. Hold on. There it is. There you go. I can do it too now. I know your secrets now. I found your list. Hold on. What else is there? The only one that isn't in here is the shrugging emote. That's the only one that's missing. Okay, let's do the hardest shape now, and then 2 easy shapes. Actually, can we just copy this one? Let's see. Hopefully. I mean, that would be very easy. Or let's copy the original. Yeah, I use it from the Windows emoji list. Am I cheating? Are you the Japanese or like Asian emoji mass race with you typing everything yourself? Okay, well, that's kind of annoying. Hold on. It might work. Hold on. I have to adjust this side though. Kind of asymmetrical, which is of course kind of annoying, but should work anyway. I wonder if you have more than what you can find in the list. There are quite a lot actually. So of course there are just the standard emojis. There are also the animals and all that. You have special signs like this. Whatever that is. I don't even know when you use that or what it's called. And then of course you have these dudes. Oh, there you go. Okay, this is getting annoying. I think I'm gonna just gonna make a new one. This is just gonna get too scuffed. That's not gonna take too long, so let's do that. 22, 29. Oh wait, I kind of thought about it. You know, my original plan was to actually work on the inner workings, I guess. Since yesterday, I guess this takes longer than I expected. Getting sidetracked too easily. Okay, so let's speedrun this thumb, and then hopefully we're done. You know, now you see how long retopology takes, and then how much time I can save just by like reusing one of my old retopology models. So much time save, and paying $40 for that, I don't think is a bad exchange. I mean, you probably pay like $40 to go to Disneyland, so, or like I don't know. You probably pay more to drive your car every month. And it's cool. It's also like a one-time payment, so it's not like you have to pay it monthly. And then on top of that, the the developer actually joined, and I helped the development of the add-on. So I got even more for my money. How did I do this part? Oh, good. Wait, what? Okay. I didn't go as wide, I guess. Okay. Maybe I have to... Okay, I want to adjust this real quick. I think that is too far back, the pad. So we're going to grab the grab brush, just push it forward a little bit. This way, you know, we have some more room here for the main... Yeah, I was kind of confused. I was kind of sort of asking him how he found it. Maybe he got recommended to him, but yeah, I don't know. Really? Did he? I can't remember. Well, I don't remember his name ever, like seeing his name before, but I mean, I think he told, or he said that he just like discovered me by accident, I guess, or like by playing, like pure coincidence. I remember a similar name, and I was kind of thinking about whether or not that is the same person, but I didn't remember the exact name. And I don't think there's a certain color code for people that like follow me on Twitch in the chat window. So I don't know, maybe. I think there are, oh, I mean, I don't know. I think there's quite a niche for, how do you call it? Like, I guess the content that I want to do. Basically, a maybe topic every day, revolving around 3D modeling and yeah, basically 3D modeling and especially Blender. I think as far as I see in the art section on Twitch, it is more just people basically like painting, drawing, whatever, and then just streaming themselves doing that. But it's never really just like a show, I guess, with structure, which is what I kind of want to do, like a maybe like a that sounds kind of weird, but like similar to school where you have like classes, like a plan every week where you can see which topics will be which topics are on the schedule, and you can tune in when it's interesting to you. Like, for example, oh, this week or tomorrow he's gonna do or we're gonna do recreating Elsa from Frozen in real, like in 3D. Or oh, I had an idea yesterday which I think can be really cool. I don't know if it's cool or like can be interesting, or it's more creepy. which is basically trying to create the child of two people, mostly of course famous people or like known people, I guess. Like how would a child of I don't know, Brad Pitt and like some sort of like a female person and a male person look like, and then we would like choose which, like we would observe the traits of both parents, and we would kind of decide which traits the child would be inheriting, like which traits the child would also have, and then we would basically create a maybe either a fully grown person or like a child, to then see basically the combination of them both. It could probably be pretty weird, but I think it could also be pretty cool to see like a mix between two people. Or what you could do is like, I think there are like programs or like services on the internet that can do the same, basically combining two faces into like one, and then grabbing that image and making a sculpt out of that, or like a 3D person. Basically just like, yeah, like school like content with like a schedule, and like every day is another theme or like something to talk about, revolving around 3D, or yeah, not only like doing it, like I do something and you can watch me do it, chat with me, but actually you can participate in the creative challenge or whatever, so that it's more engaging rather than just, hey, which graphics tablet do you use? Have you ever been, how long have you been working in this and this program? Do you know this person? But more like interactive, I guess, making it more interactive, but still like learning, and of course not only teaching, I guess, but I want to learn as well. So learning together about a certain topic, for example, like learning about the new, like as we did on Monday, like learning about the new add-on SoftWrap and what it can do, and testing the limits and all that stuff. And then yeah, that sort of stuff. Okay. I think there's a missed opportunity. All the other streams I've seen so far are basically just like someone sitting there and doing their stuff. Which is really like, I think it's even like, maybe not rare, but it's pretty, yeah, you could probably say rare, that they even talk a lot. I like almost all of them, like all the ones I joined before, they all just sat there and did what they would always do. They didn't really interact or like talk about what they do, or like talk about a random topic, how I would do it, for example, like talk about how I just got a standing desk for free. They would just do their thing, and then if somebody asked a question, they would answer it. I actually like watched a person before, I think when I learned drawing, that would do a I think he was a concept artist that would like draw, and then I think if somebody had like a piece that he wanted to get feedback on, he would like pull it up on stream and like talk about it, what he would like, what he didn't like, maybe talk about like, yeah, basically giving feedback. And even that is probably like better than just sitting there and doing what you always do if you're not live. Have you like watched other art streams before, or did you like did you watch other stuff before, like talk show or just chatting or whatever? Games even. I remember like when back in the day, I don't really watch streams anymore. I prefer YouTube. I would listen to streams, just like pull up some random gaming stream, usually them talking about some random stuff, just to have something in the background. I don't really care that much what it was. I just cared about that I had something in the background. And yeah, I was a prime lurker. Yeah, I'm not I don't know, I prefer like either watching, like listening to like YouTube videos, or I guess like podcasts or like VODs that are on YouTube rather than Twitch, because I think on Twitch it's like more of a gamble whether or not the thing that I'm listening to is, I guess, valuable to me. On YouTube you have like at least the title, and if you don't like it, you can, like, for example, either watch another video, or you can just skip ahead, or like even speed up the video so you can still listen to it in full length but just in a shorter time frame. So yeah. But back in the day, at some point I just listened to some streams, usually like some game. I think it was like usually the game that I was playing at the time, and yeah, they just talking about the game. Maybe I would hear something interesting, maybe a trick or so. But yeah, just to have something in the background. Usually what I do is I listen to more people talking, like podcasts and all that, rather than music. Recently, at least. I don't know why. I think it's more mentally engaging, I guess, to listen to someone talk or speak rather than just listening to music. I find myself getting tired of music very, very quickly. So when I listen to music, like today, for example, I thought to myself, like, oh, I haven't listened to music for a long time. Like I listened through all my podcasts that I saved, and I thought about, hey, why not like listen to some music? And then I just like played this, or like started this this 24/7 like live stream of this artist I like. And then like after like the 3 songs or so, I kind of like thought, well, that's already boring. And I went back to some sort of like more talkative video, I guess, where people are talking rather than like just listening to music. I don't even know why that is. I just like, I guess, yeah, I just like it more listening to people talk rather than listening to people sing. Usually back in the day, I listened like way more. Maybe because podcasts weren't really that prevalent back then. More, of course, music. So I just listened to music all the time. And also, I think it depends on. I think I can't really listen to a single artist for a long time. I think the style is then very, very similar all the time, and I would get bored more quickly. If I listen to my own playlist, I think I have a wider range of, I guess, styles, which kind of makes it or keeps it more interesting for longer. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting how my interests shifted. That's also why I try to like keep it audibly interesting through whatever I'm talking about, because still, if you don't want to watch because it's boring, you can still at least listen, and maybe get something out of it. That's why I try to avoid just talking about what I do, because you can see it on screen. Okay, let's put 3 cuts in here. There you go. And I think that is also like most of Twitch, like most users are lurkers rather than actual, I guess, participants in the stream, like that are chatting. I think most people are just lurking in chat, or like not lurking, like lurking rather than actually actively participating. Me included, back in the day at least. I think I would still like listen to streams, but I think my my explore feed on YouTube is just too occupied. There's always something interesting to listen to. So I never really get into the situation where there's nothing to talk, like to listen to, and also someone interesting to listen to on Twitch. Okay. Let's put in one more cut in there. This one can stay there. Okay. We're getting there. I think I'm gonna go a little bit longer for today, maybe like half an hour more. I think I went to bed too early yesterday. It's so weird. I don't know if my body is just not used to getting this much sleep, but I remember like moaning like so much like this morning. I've been sleeping longer than like for a long time last night. I think I slept for almost 8 hours. So basically like 45 minutes more, and I still felt super tired in the morning. Maybe not tired, but I was moaning so much. Maybe I just had to open my window, get some fresh air. But yeah, maybe my body just has to like get used to more sleep. I don't know. It was so confusing to me. I think the same way your body can get used to not enough sleep, your body can also get used to little sleep. I don't know why, but I just got reminded of maybe, yeah, I don't know. I try to not look at my phone, or like yesterday I didn't look at my phone after brushing my teeth. Maybe I'll try to like, I heard that if you shut off all the lights before you go to sleep, or like while brushing your teeth, for example, that can help like make you sleepy already. So what I tried yesterday is I didn't look at my phone after brushing my teeth, basically just putting it on the charging stand and then just going to sleep. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something into like kept me from getting sleepy, so it took me longer to like hit my sleep cycle, or to start my actual sleep cycle, I guess, or sleep process, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just have to do it more, like multiple times to get used to it. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Oh, did you? Ooh, nice. What did you do? Did you find the problem, or did it just resolve itself? Or did you do you just go to sleep at like 2 a.m. so you're like super tired? Okay. So you mean like you just stayed up until you felt tired? I don't think that would work for me because I'm a night owl, so I am very active in the evening. I would probably stay up on I would probably not even get tired up until like 5 a.m. or so if I'm working on a PC. I mean, of course, I would probably be tired if I would like read a book while lying in bed, or like even like lying in bed watching a video, but I wouldn't get tired working or like sitting on a PC, for example. Okay, very chaotic. What do you mean? Is it like So if you go with the flow, what I would think is you would like just go to sleep when you feel tired. Like, oh, now feels like I'm getting tired. Now I'm going to bed, which is probably a good time to sleep. But of course, usually it doesn't really fit in with your schedule. For example, for me, I would like go to bed and with like, or like at like 4 a.m. which doesn't really fit in that well. I would like have to like I would only sleep like 4 hours until I have to go back to work, so that doesn't really work for me. And to be honest, I don't even want to be a I guess, how do you call them, like morning dwellers? People that are very active in the morning, can wake up very early naturally, just very naturally. I'm someone that enjoys, or maybe not enjoy, but I at least sleep for a very long time, like all the way to maybe like 11 a.m. I mean, yeah, 11 a.m., maybe even like 12. Oh yeah, okay. The length were were different. Were they at least longer than than before? Did you maybe avoid caffeine? Caffeine? Maybe that helps as well. Maybe too much G fuel. Too much fuel in your blood. Wrong object. Okay. I wonder if that helps. I guess or like just not drink, like don't drink coffee late in the evening, I guess. Oh yeah, I also listened to the interview again with the sleep expert. I think I talked about that as well, Matthew Walker. Stuff like alcohol or marijuana it feels like you're sleeping more easily, but it's not sleeping. It is the effect. I think he described it as sedative, meaning it feels like you're sleeping, but it just shuts off your brain, I guess. So it doesn't go into sleep mode, it just goes into I guess rest mode. So it feels like you're sleeping, but you're actually not getting any rest, which of course is bad. So if somebody says like, "Oh, dude, I can sleep so much easier when I smoke pot before," nope, you're not sleeping. You're just you're just resting, I guess you could call it. Wait, where's the plane? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I guess I could say I'm blessed I never got addicted to coffee. Yeah, that's also something I kind of thought about. I think I'm someone that isn't really that affected, maybe you could call, by peer pressure. Maybe I never really got into the situation that really like push the limits when it comes to peer pressure. But if usually I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. So drinking alcohol, there were a lot of times where somebody like, "Dude, you're not drinking alcohol? Come on, just once." You know, the worst is my mom. I don't know why, and it's getting pretty annoying. But every time there is like, for example, if she's baking a cake, and I would eat it, tastes pretty good, and she would ask me like, "Oh, do you taste something?" Like, okay, I'm like, "No, what's going on?" I put eggnog in it, or like trying to somehow feed me alcohol in some sort of way. And it's getting pretty annoying at some point. Like, or the worst was when my parent, like when I just hit, I think when I was 18, of course everybody sort of expected me then to drink alcohol. So everybody was like, or my parents especially, like, "Oh, do you wanna have a taste of my beer? Do you want to taste what beer tastes like? Or do you want to taste what I don't know, like, do you want to taste what this hard liquor tastes like, whatever, a vodka, whatever?" I was always like, "No." And then the next sentence would be, what was it? "Oh, it doesn't taste that good anyway. It doesn't taste that good anyway." Yeah, well, why do you ask me then? Why do you even ask me? I always said no, so why do you even ask me? And the second, like every time I would say no, then, "Oh yeah, you would like it anyway. It doesn't taste good." Like, what? Doesn't taste that good anyway. Proceeds to drink more and more. Yeah. My mom always tries to like to get me to drink alcohol, and then it's getting pretty annoying because like when you actively try to avoid it and somebody actively tries to get you to do it, you can probably imagine how that can be quite annoying at some point. It's like, it's not only like just annoying in the sense of like, "Oh, I have to deal with this again." It's also frustrating because you say like, "Oh no, I don't want this," but they still keep doing it. It's similar to like somebody hitting you and you say like, "Stop, stop, stop, stop," and they don't stop. At some point you're getting frustrated, you hit back. I'm not gonna hit back, but you know what I mean. At some point it's getting frustrating, having to deal with that over and over and over again. Good thing is my friends also don't drink that much alcohol, so I found good friends to hang out with. You know, I think I talked about that as well before. The thoughts that go through my head sometimes, these very sudden dark thoughts that go through my head when I drive like with a car. And I describe it similar to, or like a second person, like a second evil person sitting behind me, always whispering in my ear, trying to ruin my life, I guess. Trying to get me to do the bad thing. And I always like shut it off, I guess. And sometimes like I get this voice like, oh, maybe one sip wouldn't be too bad, but I always like immediately shut it off, like, nope, not gonna do that. Nope. And also, like, I never heard a positive story about alcohol. I always only heard about bad stories. So there isn't really any benefit. I remember one person in my old, I guess, like, how would you call that? Oh, let me see. What professional school, vocational school, whatever. Somebody, I just heard that in my rear, I guess, like in my vicinity, somebody said like, oh, I love getting drunk. It feels so great or something like to that extent. And I was like, what is so great about getting hammered? But then later I actually listened to or I heard that drugs have different ways of or people perceive drugs in different ways. So for example, I heard or listened to an interview of somebody that was that did a lot of drugs back in the day, like when he was younger, and he always said like that crack smelled tasty. And the other person kind of talked about, yeah, if you are more prone to taking the drug will feel, or you will perceive the drug as more, yeah, basically tasty, for example. Like you will perceive it as more, like as good when it comes to your senses, like smelling and maybe even tasting. And if you're not prone to like taking drugs, they taste different, or like they smell differently. So I, for example, it's probably like, I don't know, like weed for me smells like freshly mowed grass. That's probably also where like the name comes from. But yeah, weed always smells like freshly cut grass. Why would I smoke grass? Or like stuff that smells like grass. I don't like smoking, what is it? Like concrete, basically, or like tar, black tar. So why would I smoke grass? I could also just rip some out of the, like mow the lawn and then like put some in a cigar and smoke that. Basically the same smell, at least. Hopefully. I don't know what grass smells like if you like burn it. The only thing, no, not even that. I only ever participated in visiting a shisha bar. So these, what are they called? Hold on, is that just a name? Yeah, shisha. So these, what is it, like these these liquids that are similar to vapes, but in these long vases with these tubes that you then suck out the tasty smoke out of. I only ever like went with some friends to like one of those bars, and I just wanted to see what it's like. And yeah, I went there and I just sat there, drank my drink, and never really took a hit. It was a very interesting, I think I even did it multiple times, but like just only like 2-3 times. I don't really see any reason to pay for getting my lungs destroyed. I wonder if more people now kind of think more about their lungs now that we have the current situation. Or if everybody just at some point, I guess everybody just at some point like goes back to normal and like, my lungs are fine. Just gonna smoke for the next 10 years. I'm fine. I'm gonna stop at some point. I'm gonna stop. Not today, maybe tomorrow. Probably in like never. Okay, finally. So let's hide the hand. Da-da-da. Perfect. Okay. So now it's time to fill up the... Oh, we missed the most crucial part, the connection. Let's do that. I almost thought we could continue. Oh, that looks kind of interesting. Oh, I have an idea how we could solve this. I wanted to make this very, very round, so I have an idea how we could do this. Should I think I want to adjust this real quick, and then I can go ahead and do what I wanted to do. Maybe I was also lucky, kind of, that I never really was in the circles, in the friend circles that were very early on with, actually, were very early on when it comes to drinking. I had friends that I hung out with that would like have these parties at like 16 or 17 with like a lot of alcohol, a lot of vomiting, and like yeah, like these crazy parties basically. And I never really was invited at the time. I was kind of torn between whether or not I was like kind of, I guess, sad about it, or it was better. Like I like that I wasn't invited, because basically it was just like them getting together and like drinking as much as they can. Maybe that's just the usual like teenage party. I don't know. But I appreciate never being invited to those, because I don't like being close to drunk people, because there's this like, usually they're weird, and you can decide whether or not you want to act like they're weird or you want to act like they're normal. The problem is you don't know if they know that you're acting as if they're weird. So what I mean by that is, do they still know after they're getting, like after they're sober, that you treated them like an idiot? Or like, do they not? The only thing you know is if you ask them a question, they're not gonna answer you. They're just gonna ramble some stuff and then just leave. Like, usually what would happen is like I would sit there with somebody talking about something, and then someone would come like ask me some stupid stuff. I would say something, like ask them something, and while I ask them something, they already like pass out and like go somewhere else. So I was like, yeah, well, great. What a great conversation. and I think just a few of these experiences kind of made me avoid drunk people. That's why I also don't go into clubs, because that's basically all you do there. Dancing, I don't like dancing that much, so why would I go there? I don't like drinking, I don't like dancing. My one of my best friends had the idea to go into a club for one of his birthdays, and of course I went with them. And thank God. So I think 2 or 3 of so my friend that wanted to go, or like that which birthday it was, he of course decided to go there. He wanted to, like, he was on the fence whether or not he likes it or not. He just wanted to go because he had the idea and wanted to see if he likes it or not. And he went before, but he was always like had like mixed feelings about it. And then there's someone that I still like know and like hang out with pretty infrequently, but sometimes, like, we know each other still, which is very, very similar to me. Like, likes to stay at home more. Like, I like doesn't mind being alone, I guess. At least not for like there's someone that recharges their energy batteries through being alone. Some people are like the exact opposite. They need to be with others to recharge their energy battery, I guess. And then, like, we had 2 that like to party, or 3. So I think the best thing that could have happened, and that happened, was that the disco we went to, or the club we went to, had an old N64 console. So what we would do is, like, of course I wouldn't drink any alcohol, so I would just put my, like, I would stash, I guess, like, store my jacket, just sit there on the bar, like, talk with my friends. Some would like go and dance, or like go to the dance floor, I guess. And the friend that I had, that which birthday it was, and me, or like the other friend and me, would just basically sit there on the bar. I don't think we even drank. I think, or like, we didn't drink anything. I think I only like ordered like 1 Coke, and then that was it. And we would basically just play Mario Kart 64 for like an hour or so, or like even longer, until we decided to just leave. Yeah, and that was the whole night. There was this weird dude who always looked at us, or at me, I don't know, like, when I looked at him, he looked at me, I think, and he kept looking at me. It's either my paranoia or it was true that he was always looking at me, but when I looked at him, he would look at me, and when I like would look away, he would still look at me. Even when I left. So I don't know, maybe he wanted to play some Mario Kart, and we were just occupying the console the whole time. And then the only real club experience, I guess, that I had where I actually danced was when we had the end of high school party, I guess. We had this planned party by this organization. I think it was called X Jam, where we would drive with a bus to Croatia, to like a small island, like not an island, but like an island that is still connected to the mainland. And that's basically fully rented by this organization, so that then just the students would be there and like could party and whatever. You would have like free alcohol, free Red Bull even, and like you had these themed parties every day, I think for like a week or so, maybe 4 days, and then you would go like drive back. And I think there in this, or like on that vacation, I think that was the only time I ever went and danced in one of those, I guess, party tents. I remember I wanted to learn some dance moves because I think I remember, like, just in case I need to dance at some point, like somebody challenged me to dance, I can at least do something. I think I already forgot all of it, but I remember like training for like a few weeks, I guess, or maybe even like just like a few days. So I had like these very, very basic moves. I just basically like learned the very basic shuffle moves and like some other moves, which I then also used in one of those tents. I was just dancing for like a few, I don't know, like not for like that long. Usually it would just only like be for like, oh, hold on, for like, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, if even. Usually I would go with somebody else into one of those tents and like just hang out with them. And at some point somebody they know would like appear and like say, oh, come with me, and we would go there and there, and I would just follow. And yeah, I never really had a big love for dancing or like for clubs. It was never for me, will never be for me. I don't like it, and I will never do it. Or at least I will never like it. I think if I could dance, maybe I would like it more, because then I'm more confident. I think I was at least more confident when I knew that I had at least some dance moves. But I don't want to spend time learning those just to then at some point like unpack them once in my lifetime, because I have to. We also learned Disco Fox in like for the, I guess the last, what is it, like the party that you have when you finish high school, the prom, I guess. And we got together into groups. So one thing that was like a planned thing was that you could pair up with somebody and you would dance in front of everybody. And we would dance Disco Fox. So I asked I guess the person that I had classes with the most, and we basically paired up and learned to dance Disco Fox. I think it was like one of the better dance styles that you could learn. But yeah, I never really liked dancing overall, so never really pursued it or like tried to learn some stuff. I think that is one of those one of those skills that you can impress people with, but then if you think about it, how often do you really get to dancing if you don't force it, basically? Like, how often do you really dance with somebody? Or like, of course, if you go to clubs maybe, but even then, like, usually you don't really have the space to do most of the stuff that you learn. And if you learn stuff like Disco Fox, for example, I think Disco Fox is more based on like two people dancing together. If you know how to dance Disco Fox, the other person probably doesn't. And like, well, what do you do then? Like, you can't really like force them to know it. So yeah, I guess you could lead them maybe, but still, you still need to know like the basic rhythm and the basic I guess steps you have to take, footsteps. Okay, so apparently we're gonna finish the outer layer today, and then we can start with the inner boards tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do bigger, I guess, bone-like structure first, so I can fill most of the, like, most of the volume first, and then maybe we can add some more details, just how I did it with the arm. First I added like these two big bones, or like these two big cylinders representing bones, mechanical bones, and then I added like smaller stuff like these smaller cables, just to like make it more interesting. I heard of this theory, or like this strategy, I guess you could call it, like design strategy, or design philosophy of I heard it like multiple times with hair, with armor design, with like design overall. Basically the philosophy of big to medium to small, meaning you would start off with very big shapes. I talked about that like multiple times now. Big shapes. I don't know how many times I've said that by now, but yeah, you would start off with big shapes. You would transition, or like you would lay out the groundwork with big shapes. If you think your big shapes look good, then you would add medium shapes to like change the look, or the silhouette a little bit, define it a little bit more, which big shapes sometimes can't. And then you would use small shapes, or like detail, yeah, to give it more detail and give it this final look, give it the final finish, to make it look not only structurally good, but also like I guess make it look more like so with big shapes you basically make it clean. With the details you add more to this clean surface so that it doesn't look empty. That's what I was looking for. So big shapes define the basic shape. Medium shapes refine the basic shape, and details add or fill the emptiness of yeah, the big shape. What you have to pay attention for, or what you have to watch out for, is that you don't use too much detail. Too much detail can be very confusing for the watcher, so you should always look for or you should always pay attention to how much detail you add. There's like, for example, for armor, you try to, for example, if you have like this very big panel like on the chest, for example, you try to split it into thirds, meaning you have this big shape in the center. I think Doom armor is a really good example. You have this big shape in the center, then you would split it into thirds. You choose one of those thirds to put in medium shapes, and then you split the medium shape into thirds, and you choose one of those thirds to put in details. This way you don't put in too much detail, but you also keep like a good, yeah, you keep a good mix between the meat, like the different levels. So what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, hold on. Is there some other fill option? Fill holes. Nope. What is that? What else? Fill. Rip vertices and fill. Fill. Oh, well, no, that doesn't work. Well, we could do something else. Could we? I mean, I think we need to remove one of those over here. We have too many over here, so I'm gonna just move that over there. Space them out more. Dude, I'm so happy when we're finally done with at least the geometry. This has been going on for so long. Now I'm in the phase of like the modeling phase where I'm just trying to finish the whole thing. You know, the shading phase will be interesting, the texturing phase and the lighting phase, and they will probably also not take as long, but like especially this part, like finalizing the geometry just can take so long and it's so boring. But sometimes you just gotta get through. You need to go through the best to get to the worst. No, hold on. You need to go through the worst to get to the best. Wait, there's this cool tool. Is it still in here? Loop tools? No. Okay. Open loop, closed loop. What is it? Loop pairs? Nope. Okay. Blend path. Okay, well, it doesn't work. Did I disable loop tools? Loop tools is a tool where you can pick or select vertices and then like shape them into specific shapes, like very like geometric shapes. For example, I could choose this circle or this oval and say, okay, make this a perfect circle, and then it would make like it would transfer or like convert this or like shape this into a perfect circle, which can be quite useful. But I think I disabled it, or at least it didn't transfer over to the next to this version. I also thought about maybe like doing some like looking up some add-ons that could speed up my process. I think I've never done that before, and usually when I like use a new program, there are always either settings or ways how you can do something faster. And I think I still have like a lot of potential on how I can improve these my processes, I guess. So maybe I should look into that at some point. 1, 2, zip. Well, that doesn't work. There's so many vertices here. Hold on. Oh. Okay. So hopefully that works now. Let's see. So how do you hold on, this is kind of weird. We need this one. Do we? Yeah, let's just try. Okay, so okay, yeah, I'm gonna hold on. How do I 1, 2? That doesn't work. Wait.
Okay. Wait, what? I'm confusing myself. The whole high school vacation, I guess, or like yeah, let's call it that, was weird overall. First of all, of course, we had to build, like, we had to form groups, like groups of 4, I think, or 3, which who we wanted to be in a room. And we were the only ones that had a room that was way further away from everybody else. So we would have to go, like, of course, the houses would all be in a row. And we would probably have to walk like 300 meters or so, or like 200, to even get to the next house that would have like people from like our people. So first of all, we were very secluded, or like very far away from all the others. And I hang out with, like, I never really hung out with the people from my room. At some point I don't know how it happened, but at some point we just like went our own way, I guess. And I hung out with people that I never hung out before, that I of course knew from school, but I never did anything with them before. Maybe one of them, but the other ones, no. Of course, it was still fun, but it was still like this weird feeling of we never really interacted before. And now we're just like basically hanging out as if we were always hanging out together. This weird vibe. Maybe I was the only one, but yeah, it was super weird, but it was still fun, so I don't care. I think most of the people that I would hang out didn't even go, if I remember correctly. No, they would just do some, I don't know. It was so weird. The whole thing was weird. It feels like a dream because nothing makes sense. Okay. Okay, I mean, oh, maybe we should increase the subdivisions here, make it more refined. Yeah. I also forgot to put sunscreen on my back and also on my feet. So immediately, I think the second day we were there, and it was like super sunny, of course, super hot. I got a sunburn on both my feet, a very bad one on my feet, and also like I always had like a red dot, I guess, or red circle on the back. Because the only spot where there was no sunscreen was basically where I couldn't reach myself. And I never really asked someone to do it for me. And then, of course, the first day there, we were like just chilling. I caught like a super hard, super like bad sunburn, which made my feet swell up. Of course, they got super red, so I would the next 2 days basically just suffer, and like half of the day just sit in my room and just keep my feet in like cold water, try to put after sun on it the whole time, trying to, I don't know, heal them somehow. My feet were swollen all the way. Like even when I was home, like back home, they were still swollen. Just and maybe a little bit. They started healing, but still. I think I was there for 4 days. I think the second day, or maybe even longer than 4 days. The second or yeah, the second day we I had like I burned my skin. I basically suffered through the rest of the week. Or the rest of the vacation. I think at some point it didn't hurt anymore, so I was able to do at least some stuff, but still like it still sucked. Okay. Whoop-de-doo, we're finally done. So we could finally do the inside and something else than retopology. Fun, fun, fun. So tomorrow we will transition to the inside. What if we hide the hand sculpt? We can see what it looks like. So what we're gonna do tomorrow, we will hopefully finish most of the hand, like the biggest parts on the inside, by putting something in there. I think I'm gonna try to recreate the bones in the hand, kind of like it's like a machine, how I did it in the arm as well. And then we're gonna do some more detail work. But that's gonna be tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoyed today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for being here in general. I appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully you sleep well tonight. And yeah, until then, let's save real quick. I don't want to lose all my progress. Until then, take care.